Drive on Lugnutz.
Woo! Hey, Walljangers!
Welcome to Lugnutz.
This is Lugnutz.
This week on Lugnutz, no mutts. May the 4th speeder, electric tech, a Toyota 20th, and we have a supercar wrap-up.
Okay. Come on! Love that high note. Very epic. Lugnutz.
I'm wearing the same shirt.
Oh, that's really crazy that you're wearing that shirt.
Or the other shirt.
Yeah,
It
tune
looks
into the
exactly like this.
Tune into the end credits to see the funny outtake that we realized before the show.
At least we realized it before the show, not,
Well, yeah, absolutely. So we want you to go over to PJ and WH on this, the 119th podcast for Purjangers and Wallhangers, where you can check out all of our luggy and nutty content here. We have last week's Lugnutz Ford Fusion Me Too, the Matt Plays Play Me, the Saw franchise, and there's also going to be another Triforce podcast because I forgot to put it up. So, of course, we want you to hop on over there to pjandwh.com, where after this podcast, I will be updating everything. So, you can always hop on over here to the Facebook page, where we have the promos go out after every single podcast. So, we go on to the news.
Up first, we have a Star Wars style hot rod.
Okay.
One that Luke would be proud of if you remember the Reliant Robin.
Okay,
This
so he doesn't want to turn.
made out of the Reliant Robin. You can see the wheel in the back.
Yeah, and then the wheel in the front there. So he doesn't want to make any kind of sharp turns.
It's probably just for show, but I think it's kind of amazing.
They probably just wheel it on to like the Comic-Con floor, but even still,
Probably that, and they have all the laser blasts up there.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
That's an awesome Star Wars nerd right there. Which, of course, it's an auto, so we got to put it in here on the eve of May the 4th. And let me say this to you first, be the first person, preemptively, May the 4th be with you, Star Wars nerds. So we want to scatter that nerddom in there where we can.
Not like anyone's going to see anyone.
No.
I mean...
No. You're going to cosplay on Zoom. That's okay.
Okay, next story. Up first, we're going to take a look at Audi's new electric sportsback electric vehicle. This summer, it'll get 218 miles range. The cost is $77,000.
Okay, that's not bad.
That it is not including the $7,500 tax credit you get for electric vehicle.
Oh yeah.
I think it kind of, there might be another photo of it from other angles. So
because I like those rims. Those are real. It's
they're
very
nice
triangular,
rims.
but it has an interesting flavor to it, and that's not a bad back end.
They're making a big deal. The back end from this angle is not good. I didn't like that side view.
You know, like the angles on there.
Just didn't. No, there's the back. The side view on the back.
Hatchback.
The back hatchback looking thing.
Look there. It's
it doesn't
not a
look
hatchback.
like. If it was a hatchback, it would be okay. What do they got going on
Well,
there?
I don't know because that's
Why
the roof
don't you
line.
just make the window every?
Because that's the roof line right here, and then this hooks, so that is a trunk. So it is a classic sedan, but sedans got to get away from this I want to be a hatchback but not really thing, because the whole reason when you get a hatchback
that
is
looks...
for the fucking hatch on the back. That's why they named it a hatchback.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I wouldn't want... It's like in the 80s, you may not remember this, they had those cars that didn't have convertible, but they had the leather top.
Yeah.
Like it was convertible.
That's like if we just painted a realistic looking door on the side of the house and told people to go to that door instead of the real one.
Funny if people walked in.
All right, fair enough. We may still do that.
So they're making a big deal about the electric vehicle. They say it will get, brace yourself, 14 extra miles of range.
And see, that's where they're going to sell a lot of the vehicles right there, is just on that front end, because, that looks like an Audi.
It does. It looks like an Audi. The interior looks...
and even still, that little side ripple doesn't really bother me as much.
The way they're getting this 14...
Look at that interior.
The way they're getting this 14 extra miles is interesting. They have front motors and rear motors, and when the front motors are not needed, they will decouple.
Okay. That's interesting.
And with a different software and thermal management strategy.
I mean, even with an overall package looking like that, you have the Audi interior, which with the interior, like we're seeing with a lot of them, you're going all digital for the dash, gauge cluster, and then you have 2 screens here for the aircon and everything else, and then your Navi and WhatsApp.
I like it. Looks very good looking interior.
Very angular, very Audi looking, very German. So that's about a big buy, especially if you're looking into the
nice
market.
Thick stitching, double stitching.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and you can't go wrong podcast. You can't go wrong when it comes to an Audi.
So also, if you take a look at the front, they're making a big deal. Also with the air vents, they're calling them dynamic air vents.
Those little
for a distinctive look. No, beneath the headlight, there's a teeny tiny little slit beneath.
So I thought that was an accent, but
pointing
that's an
that
air
out
vent.
Because you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, so that's an air vent. That's interesting. I mean, it's an electric vehicle, so they're going to try to get the cool air wherever they can, but it's interesting to see how that channels through.
For a distinctive look. They say
that's
it will
just
have
for the look.
The equivalent of 402 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, 116 feet long. That'd be really big.
You gotta be a giant to fit in this Audi.
There's a point here. Not 161 feet. It's 16.1 feet long.
Okay, that point makes a big difference there.
77 mpge.
Maybe that's where all the Greek myths actually went wrong. Like, no, the Cyclops wasn't 8 feet. It's 8 meters. 8 meters. Like, oh, well, he is kind of big.
Wasn't it? Metric system wasn't invented.
Still. Sticks. There you go.
We've bored the dog.
We have.
On that note, we should move to the next story. They say that this Audi will charge in 30 minutes 174 miles.
Okay.
So it's getting better there.
It's getting better. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm still interested to see what that does to the battery in the long term.
This, speaking of the Volkswagen Corporation, this is Volkswagen's. If you go down below, they will have some videos. Stop on the interior view first. So they have this ambient lighting. This is the Volkswagen ID.3.
Woo! We are going to shut you off, but go ahead with your slow.
The ID.3 is the floating displays
so
that are kind of...
that display right there, and then even still, like I said, with the gauge cluster, you have a fully electronic display there with the Volkswagen. That's nice.
Absolutely. So it should be coming summer 2020 if there aren't any unexpected delays. Other than they're having an issue with the software, they want to fix that before they send it out. So they have this ambient lighting scheme with the front, with you see the lights on the ring there.
Like the GTI always had a blue ambient light. Which
I loved when I had my Golf. No, my Jetta. I loved that that blue ambient lighting.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, Volkswagen is really good.
And what is more interesting is that they have a heads-up display, which is what I believe this is. It's a heads-up display. Augmented reality is what they're calling it. It's not gonna.
It's not called buffering. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just Comcast.
Yes. There's the head-up display there. They have a brand new heads-up display for their electric car. They're going to call it the ID.3 electric car coming summer 2020, but it may be delayed because of software issues. They can't get the computer to work, which is kind of important now. Yeah. So they have the heads-up display. It'll show...
ID lighting,
lighting.
That's the heads-up display.
This is the heads-up display. There it is. It shows the directions on screen. It shows the directions on screen, shows your speed, all sorts of useful assists. That bar in the front is also a light bar connecting around the Volkswagen symbol.
That's nice.
It has the adaptive cruise control, which will let you follow up to the speed limit.
Okay. I mean, fair enough.
So that's what they have.
That's interesting. I like the heads-up display, especially like in this picture. You see, like, kind of like the Need for Speed.
It'll keep you
style.
within the center of the road, like all cars. A lot of cars do now.
Yeah, and it's giving you what the road looks like. It's giving you where the turn is, how close it is. Then the interesting little arrows. I like that as well.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
We are
really
letting
gonna be
you know.
living in the future.
That's even like a grandmom-proof kind of thing there.
You can find the story on Electric Tech to find out the new. They had no actual specs.
Okay.
So it'll be very
Even still, man, that's
Volkswagen
nice,
like.
especially with that technology now, becoming more prevalent. That's a feature that I think everybody.
Do you remember the Mercedes 190 electric vehicle?
Absolutely. That will not be electric.
Yes, this is a Mercedes electric vehicle. This was a test. I found this one very interesting because of the battery. Did you know that salt can be in a liquid form?
Yes.
This battery is made after a molten salt battery. Probably that big thing in the center there. That's what I'm thinking.
I'd say that's a pretty good guess. Yeah, and that's a very.
They
interesting
didn't. It is not as explosive as lithium, I think.
Okay.
It's in the story at Motor Trend. It does have to stay warm all the time. It has to stay hot.
All right.
So the salt stays.
So if you live in like California or Arizona, you might want to pick one of these up.
Well, no, it's not for sale.
Oh, okay. Then don't worry about it.
Because of the salt, it has to stay you have to plug it in, or your battery won't start for 3 days.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's probably why they didn't go with it. What was it? This was built in the 60s. This was an exclusive test. It was tested by the German citizens of Rugrin. I'm
Good
so
job.
sorry about your name.
Good job.
I got that nowhere near.
I
correct.
think that was a valiant.
Ruggen, Rugrin, and they did for their daily commute. It has 62,000 miles on the odometer, so they really put this through the paces as you would expect from a Mercedes.
Plug it in, plug it in.
The 190 was also the name of the electric vehicle that they did produce with the same body.
Nice. Interesting.
Up next, we go to Italy.
Oh, that's me. I'm the navigator here.
That's where we are.
There we go.
This is the brand. This isn't
like last week, right? Where this is actually something different.
No, above the so people can see it behind us. There you go. This is the brand new Alpha GTA. Gaviula.
So this isn't like last week where this is like the Yaris to where they're like, oh, this is the past and this is the future. This is something they actually did, which is make it the Italian flag.
It has 540 horsepower.
Okay.
They're only going to make 500 of them. It will come in 5 colors.
Well, that's a good... 5.
This, I guess, obviously, it will come in red, yellow, black, silver, and a brown or bronze.
That's kind of fucked. So you're not going to offer white or green, but you're going to offer a good-looking green and a good-looking red all in one car, but not singularly just those colors.
There was also a special edition racing version with some sort of Italian racing colors from Le Mans or one of those things.
Is it solid green or solid white?
When countries had to have a color on their car.
Okay.
Say where they're from.
I mean, that's just an interesting choice, I think. If you're going to have these colors already made for this, at least give me an all white and give me an all green.
No. You just stand on the green side and take a picture, stand on the white side.
I guess I just don't get what I want.
Take a picture of the... Well, there is no white side.
No, it's just...
You can green or red.
You can get a picture of the Alpha symbol in the front. Yeah.
It will have a 2.9 liter V6. You can pick one up at your Alpha dealer. starting at $195,000.
I mean, a 2.9. I don't know. 2.9 V6. I got a 3.5 in my TL, so it's like,
Let's hope it comes with roadside.
Yeah.
We love you, Alpha. We really do.
Yeah.
I've never driven one, so I really can't say. I just go off what Jeremy Clarkson said.
The Toyota Prius.
20 years ago, in 1997, this is the only photo. This is why I picked this story. In 1997, the Toyota Prius launched as a very unfuel efficient hybrid. They're going to do a 20th anniversary edition.
Yes, it was. And they ate up brake pads. You
Yes.
had to get brake pads really fucking quick.
If you want the special 20th anniversary edition, it only comes in black.
Well, I mean, that's a nice color, but... That's fair.
No specs. It should be available 2021. If you are a Prius fan.
Yeah, that was one thing that a lot of new Prius owners found very surprising is how quickly they ate up brake pads, especially if they use that R mode, the regenerative braking. Like, what do you mean I need brake pads already? It's very heavily used.
That's how the thing works.
That's not how any of this works.
If you were watching car shows in like the 90s, I would have told you this. This is a look at the very new Ford Maverick. It's going to be the smaller version of their big pickup truck. They plan on making it for $20,000. Front-wheel drive, unibody construction. It rumored to have a 1.5 liter or a 2.5 liter engine. I'm thinking V6.
That's first off, that's
Or
three things right there. One, the engine. Two, it's a unibody construction, and three, that's not a full-size bed. That's what's going to keep truck owners away from buying that, because one, the unibody suspension is really nice when it comes to like crash test ratings and even suspension-wise, but the H frame on the classic truck H frame, that is, like the old Pathfinders, the old trucks. That's what you want. That's the feel you want out of a truck.
It's not really built for towing because of the unibody construction. You want like the regular frame.
Yeah, and then you have to add...
But look at
coolers.
the photos. Look at how it looks. Doesn't it look
Then you have to add coolers
like a
and all this other
Maverick?
shit. And
Wouldn't you say, if you see it, Maverick? Or I should go.
I think that if you drive in any kind of suburban area, you will find one of these.
Yeah.
But any kind of place where you find a real truck, you won't see one of these for miles.
No, probably not.
Unless somebody's wife drives it.
No.
Well, she liked it. She liked the red color.
It looks like, now that you mention it, one of those, remember those Jimmys, GMC Jimmys?
Yeah.
They had the two-door version.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This is an open bed,
it's like the
two-door
Honda
version of a
Ridgeline.
Jimmy. It's a Jimmy.
It's like a two-door Ridgeline. Honda tried this. And the Ridgelines are very popular, but it's just whenever it comes to like a short bed, who are you really trying to shoot?
Let's take a look.
It's an SUV.
Let's take a look at some of those photos and see what they have.
I mean, it's an SUV. That's the thing.
Yes.
It's just, instead of putting a cap on the back.
You know what? From that angle, the bed doesn't look as small as you might think. It's not an 18-foot bed.
That's an interesting color.
It just look. Sometimes people gotta see your bright orange car. Or brown or whatever. It is.
Good Lord. Find your way. I mean,
So
all right, there you go.
go.
There you go. That's a full-size bed.
Now
All right.
That looks like a full-size bed. It's just a small. If you want a bigger truck, buy a Ranger.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Right there, you kind of have me sold with that full-size bed. It's a two-door cab. All right. I redact my previous statement.
It seems like
It still
they're
seems like
trying to
underpowered.
compete with the Ford Hilux.
Well, they're not competing with themselves.
No, the Toyota.
Oh, yeah.
Say I'm giving Ford credit for something they didn't do.
Ranger.
The Ranger.
It's a very
You know who they
interesting
should get as a spokesperson? Walker.
Texas Ranger?
Texas Ranger.
I imagine that
They should get none only.
I imagine Chuck Norris is probably
Chuck
pretty
Norris.
expensive.
Nah, I don't care. I think he seems reasonable from his movies.
Ford, hello. Yes, it's Perjangers. Get Chuck Norris on your commercials now. You'll thank
'Cause
us
he's
later.
awesome. Up next, the brand new. We have a look. No, that's where we are.
There we go.
There you go.
That's where we are.
The brand
This is where we're
new
going.
Porsche Cayenne Turbo S Hybrid Coupe
Okay.
is what they're
Okay.
calling it. We can look at the videos and I'll tell you what we have. It will have 670 horsepower, a 4-liter V8, and it will also have a 134 horsepower electric engine. It goes from 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds.
Very interesting center.
Does a
center
quarter
dash
mile
there.
in 11.5.
Very interesting center console here. All right, so we see like the air cons on here, your seats, all that. They said, "Fuck it, put your air con right there."
I like it.
Here's the
It's gonna
thing:
get dirty.
How does one? It's going to get dirty, especially with these touchscreen buttons. Two, how? What about sun? That's going to be in direct sunlight all the time. What kind of heat resistance are you looking at there? Because a lot
We
of
have a special heat resistance treatment.
well, a lot
spray
of
down.
people that you go with, like they're going with mouse pads, like track pads and stuff like that. They're finding problems, but when they're in the sun, baking all the time.
Yeah, they're
So
not- they're not-
what are you going to do there with the touch? Especially you get like that's going to be expensive, especially if like little Billy drops his fudge cup right there. That's going to get messy. And then
Why would you bring
he's-
a little kid in a Porsche?
You got kids. You got a Porsche. You're telling me you're going to grab a car with like this with 4
I'm not
doors?
gonna buy that. I have a
Well,
car.
no.
thank
And
you.
first off, those
That's why I'm
brake
asking.
calipers, man. Why are you doing a lime green brake caliper with an
It
orange
should be
car?
red. The
That's
brake calipers should be
Ugh.
red. It will get 16 to 18 miles to the gallon.
It's like somebody sent them the actual color of the picture in front of a green screen, and it just didn't translate well.
Yes, absolutely. You can pick yours up today for $166,000 starting price.
So if you're a CIA agent, you can stash your grab bags in the back, his and hers.
Yes, his and hers charging.
His and her grab bags.
His
There
and
you go.
hers charging plugs.
Or charging plugs. You can put it next to the grab
Porsche,
bag.
the romantic car for every couple. Nice looking interior. You
That is
expect
nice.
from a Porsche.
That is nice. Because that's...
And it comes with cup holders.
Honestly, that's one
I'm
of the
sold.
main things that you should look at in a car is how you feel in the interior, because that's where you're going to spend most of your time.
That is a
I
good
have to
point.
have this color car, that color car. Really? What color is it when you're inside?
Yeah.
You don't care. You're inside. That's when you worry about the interior. So really, let yourself be sold by the interior of a car, like this Porsche. That just screams, sit in me and drive.
Absolutely. But Lambo is our next story, and Lamborghini has a lot planned for the 7th day of May. Lamborghini is going to reveal a brand new car, a hardcore version of the Aventador. That's the only photo that there really is. They're going to reveal it on the 7th.
It looks
tune
rather
in.
dirty on our green screen.
It's a
It's just a shine.
dirty-ish yellow. It's a dark yellow.
As you can
yellow.
see by his chest, yellows aren't our thing.
Yellow doesn't work out very well for us with the screen. It's a hardcore version of the Aventador. It was it was in production for some reason until March. Do you know why?
I don't know. There had to be something happen in March.
Something. It will have a V10 640 horsepower with a 5.2 liter engine. V10. Many of the parts come from a race car, but that's not the biggest story. They have, in 2024, they have a even harder core version, a track car that is scheduled with a V12.
Nice.
830 horsepower is what they say they're working towards.
That's the kind of
But
stuff
you
of your
never know.
dreams right there. You know, that's what you want a car manufacturer to do. You know, just because they can. Why would you put a V12 in that? Why? Because I could.
It doesn't, that
That's it.
one will have a V10. I do like it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to park it or get it into my driveway.
No.
So it would have to just stay at the dealership. and I
That's
could
when we get the secret entrance. Underground garage leading out to a secret entrance. I guess we can't do it now because I'm saying it live on podcast, but it would lead out to a secret
we can
entrance
do it.
in the basement, and that's where the Lamborghini is
You
stored.
draw
with
up the
keys inside.
plans for the building inspector and get
Oh man, then we could paint it black and it would be like the Batmobile. We could run around being vigilantes and spend the rest of our life in prison.
No, I think we could go on to the next story
That's
and
probably
find
a
out
better
what
idea.
Maserati's going to do for you in 2021.
They're not doing anything for me, but they may be doing something for you.
They can. This is the photos they've had of the new Maserati twin turbo V6. There's better photos below. Oh,
I'm kind of just settling with that one. I like that.
you like that color?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I
that's
think
interesting.
they should sell it with that camouflage paint
And here we see the wild Maserati.
in its native place. Here it is for the world to see.
Zebras actually got their
Go down and see if
stripes.
we have a better photo
right,
down
yeah.
here. Oh, great! I picked the one without a photo.
Yes, you did.
All right. Well,
So back to the blurry zebra Maserati.
the Maserati will have a V6 3-liter engine, 600 horsepower, not 4, is the rumor, but they're trying to shoot for 700 horsepower with a V6.
Twin turbocharged.
Twin turbos
V6.
starting at $160,000.
Yeah, man.
Bargain basement prices.
Just get that stimulus check in. Amen.
Yeah.
If you were
Run
on the
over to
fence.
Maserati dealership.
If you were on the fence now, you just got that stimulus check. You know, it'll be all right. Just go ahead and buy that
be
Maserati.
fine.
You'll be doing it for the economy.
or
Or yourself. I don't know. Probably yourself.
the bankruptcy lawyer you're going to need at some point. What is Ferrari doing?
Ferrari will replace LaFerrari with something very special.
Yes, well, to replace the LaFerrari,
That is very special.
this is very special. That is supposed to be an homage. The new one is supposed to be an homage to the F40. It doesn't really look like it exactly, but it's paying homage to it.
I think somebody's been watching Blade Runner again.
Is going to be called the F42.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool.
It does. It
looks awesome.
It looks cool.
It's a great concept, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do in real life.
Good luck getting it. If you got a stone chip in that thing, man,
Oh yeah.
How pissed
No,
are
you could
you?
just kiss it goodbye.
just throw the car out. Hey, bum! Take this thing. It's ruined.
So the designer is a Polish person. We're going to apologize for your name because there's no way I'm going to get this name right.
You're not a linguist, huh?
Czezewski. Czezewski. Czezewski.
I don't know what to do if you're having a seizure. Just don't bite your tongue. I know that. Just don't bite your tongue.
And I knocked down the podcast.
Probably not kick where we have the microphones.
Yes, that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
But he took inspiration from the F40, and that they will have specs coming up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're probably going to go with a really killer engine. You're thinking I'm thinking this is going to be the next supercar.
Well, especially with that right
Holy
there. It's
Trinity.
going to be in the rear. Engine's
Oh, yeah.
going to be in the rear. You have a lot of air coming in here.
they
gonna
have
be a monster.
air coming in all over.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a monster. Yeah.
And look at those lights. They
Yeah,
are
I like them.
thin, sharp lights. Not
Yeah.
like anyone really uses the lights.
It look-
On a
that
Ferrari, you don't buy it for the lights.
That car
You buy
looks
for the
like
look.
it looks like it's saying, "Oh yeah, watch what I'm about to do."
Check this shit out.
Yeah, and then goes. That's what it looks like. I like that. I like that. That's
That is a hot car.
a smooth looking ride.
Lotus has big plans that may be coming to a garage near you. They plan on making a entry-level car for daily use.
They're gonna finish making the rest of these headlights right here.
No, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, that's
might
probably
not,
just
that
painted
might
like
not
that.
be what your car is going to look like, by the way. But so they are. This will be. They're shooting for $67,000. It will be built in Healthful, England. Someplace
You've been trying to
in
swallow
England.
your tongue a lot of times. These are gonna be great outtakes at the end.
Yeah, they're going to be wonderful.
Never ends until Congress says one punch.
Yes, it is going to be made in England. Design cues from 1600 years of cars.
All right.
That's what they're going to. They are teaming up with the same people that they teamed up to make the Evija supercar. We had the Evija is owned by. You can go to the supercar, which is the next link.
Ooh.
We have actual supercar photos.
Hey.
This is the Evija supercar 2020.
See, now that's a finished headlight. That's a finished headlight right there.
4 electric motors, one on each wheel. It goes from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
200 mile an hour max horsepower, and it goes to 186 in 9 seconds. Now you think 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, that's really fast. It's not really fast. It's not really fast. The Tesla Model S goes from 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. And that is only $80,000. This one is $2.5 million.
Yeah, but look at that. Look at those body lines. That Tesla S doesn't have body lines like that. That looks like you can take
it
that
doesn't.
to a car show and people would be like, damn. Even if they don't know anything about the car.
Yeah. Because
even people that know stuff about cars like, I bought that one, but shit, that looks sexy. That is why you buy it. It's a supercar and it looks sexy.
I am more impressed sometimes by hot rods, but that's just me.
Yeah. But, I mean, you look at this body, especially this body hole right here. Very aerodynamic. Obviously there to keep, the wind forces going where you need them to. But that's an interesting door, man. Especially if you're in a body shop.
We saw the same sort of gaps there on the Ferrari.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
F42.
Yeah, they're going for that hole.
Probably for the air to go in. It goes up there by the hood to push the car down like a Le Mans car or a Formula One. The way that that's.
It's all about physics, baby. It's all about physics. But I definitely like that one, man.
It's important to keep the car with the power of a jet plane
down
on the ground.
Yeah, unless you give it wings, then it'd be a plane.
Yeah.
Unless
you have mask.
Yeah.
You'd have mask.
Yeah.
And on that bombshell.
If we want to send you over here, because we forgot to do in the middle, to KW.com. Check out Caitlin Carezzi and the Anne-Marie Carezzi real estate team over in Media, PA. They're licensed in PA, New Jersey, and Delaware. And they specialize in walking first-time home buyers through the step-by-step process to become homeowners. So if you need a place to park that Ferrari you just bought, and you have never bought a home, hop on over to Caitlin Carezzi. She'll get you in a home in PA, New Jersey, or Delaware that's right for you. And, of course, we want you to hop on over here to our website, Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers, pjwh.com. And you can check out all of our podcasts. You can go here and find about the team as well as contacting us. Leave us your name, your message, and what your email is, where you hail from. Social media right there. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And let us know if you have anything luggy and nutty going on. Last week we had Kelly Collins on with his Jeep that he made everything that we saw last week. He put it on the car. Really impressive. So we want to hear from you if you have some special build. If you have some wacky thing that happened to you in a car, let us know. And share and comment below. There we go. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and why not add your firstborn in there? Just kidding. We don't take those. You don't give them back. But this concludes our podcast for the Lugnutz program this week. All of its luggy and nuttiness included. And, this is our long drawn out goodbye. I'm Matthew Bucarell, the Madman, Stephen Bucarell, Big Brother, and we will be returning for the Triforce podcast tomorrow night around 7 p.m.-ish. Eastern Standard Time. And we hope to see you all there. Besides that, remember, it doesn't matter if you drive a 190E Mercedes or a Prius. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week. Drive on, Lugnutz! Bye-bye! Fucking hatch on the back. That's why they named it a hatchback. At least give me an all-white and give me an all-green.
No.
So if you're a CIA agent, you can stash your grab bags in the back, his and hers. It's all about physics, baby. It's all about physics. You've been trying to swallow your tongue a lot of times. That's like if we just painted a realistic-looking door on the side of the house and told people to go to that door instead of the real one. We are live as the sirens go by.
That's how you know it's Delaware County. Makes me feel like home. You know what makes me feel like? Makes me feel like my tax dollars are doing something.
Right?
It's a podcaster. Take it.
The podcaster will help you in dangerous times.
Podcaster will help you in no possible situation ever. Except maybe when you want to record something. And put it on the internet for all to hear. Sorry to see you go. Later, pal. No one else is showing up today. It's just us. Wearing the exact same shirt.
I can go change.
I like it. This was not on purpose. This was accidental.
I'm gonna go change my shirt.
This is the end credits. So we wore the same shirt, so one of us had to change.
All right, Lois. One of us is gonna have to change. All right, unzip me.
You're gonna have to do that yourself. It's a t-shirt. You don't have to zip it. There's no
Right.
zip it. Navigation goes off the front. The directions will be directly in front of you in a nice, calm, soothing, internet stopping.
Yeah, that's frozen, baby.
Blue light. And you know what? We're frozen over there.
Yeah, that is.
We're going to have to do the story again.
That's weird.
So in the video playback, we stopped at Audi. Well, we kept going.
We kept going, apparently.
All right. You want to... let's just chalk the Audi up to whatever the Audi was. Let's go on to the next story, which will be a Volkswagen.
You got the end credits.
Like here, subscribe here, and best playlist here.
Subscribe there. Best playlist there. Lugnutz there.
Here.
Lugnutz.
Here.
Lugnutz is above your left shoulder.
Here.
Best playlist is above your right shoulder.
Here.
And right where your elbow is now, that's where the subscription button is.
Right here.
And then the like
Right
button
here.
is going to be right down there.
Like here.
Friends.